Hi folks, Steve the Hurricane here. On today's episode of A Drink with the Hurricane, we're going to talk about staying motivated as we grow our business, because this is a very tough business to be in. A Drink with the Hurricane, the home care sales and marketing talk show that discusses all things growing your home care business. So as you see, folks, this is being filmed the day before the San Antonio Referral Masters Boot Camp. Tomorrow, 150 plus businesses will be filling the seats in this room behind me, and I cannot wait to motivate them because they're here partly to recharge their battery. Because as today's topic, staying motivated through this business, there are so many times I can remember in my home care business that I had where I wanted to throw in the towel. I know what it's like to get thrown out of a referral source. I know what it's like to speak to people and they don't take you seriously or they don't want to hear what you have to say. I know what it's like to go marketing into accounts again and again and again and again and not get business. I know what it's like for people to say flat out, we don't refer home care. I know what it's like for the state to come in and you freak out when they're doing their survey and they're combing through all the files and they want to find something to charge you a penalty for to make money and to drive you crazy. I know what it's like when you go to start up a case and a caregiver doesn't show up and you have to go walk into this house now without a caregiver and you promised the family that you would take care of them. I know what it's like to get a phone call when the 11 o'clock to 7 o'clock in the morning shift starts on a 24/7 case and the relief person didn't show up and you can't get a hold of her and there's nothing to do and it's almost midnight. I know what it's like when a caregiver injures a client and the client ends up in the hospital and you're freaking out. Am I going to be sued? Am I going to lose everything? I know I have bonding and insurance, but what could happen? I know what that's like firsthand. That is very difficult, and I know every one of you, you're dealing with this every single day. Compliance, nurses, staffing, restaffing cases, again and again, hiring caregivers over and over and over and over again. Yeah, this is a tough business. Yes, this is a hard business to thrive in. No wonder so many businesses close down. No wonder so many people don't make it. Now I'm going to tell you, that's any business. My business, Hurricane Marketing Enterprises, when I first got started, we came this close to not making it in 2014. And anything short of a miracle saved my company and helped me to get it to the multi-million-dollar empire that it is today. You have to push through. You have to be able to have it. One thing that I highly recommend doing is going to events like this one. I go to conferences. I go to events. It helps recharge my battery because the business world breaks us down. And every day it erodes and it erodes and it erodes and it erodes. And then you get to a point where you question if this is something that you should have done in the first place. I also recommend taking vacations and long extended vacations. You know, one of my buddies who's in my mastermind group has a $10+ million home care business. And when we were at a mastermind meeting last year in September of 2017, 2 years ago, I'm talking with him. And as he's growing this business was about $8 million a year at the time. And he's talking to me and I said, when was the last time you went on a vacation? Because he's telling me all this great stuff about his business, but he didn't seem to be enjoying it. He didn't seem to be enjoying his life. He's always flying here, doing this, working like 80 hours a week. And he's got young kids and he's got a beautiful wife. And I said, how often do you go on a vacation? He goes, well, you know, our kids are young and we go on vacation maybe 3 times a year, but we do long weekends. We don't really do a long vacation. We do like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then I'm back in the office on Tuesday. And I said to him, that's not how to live. You know, you have this $8 million business, $8 million a year business. Why are you a slave to your business? You have all of this development, all of these clients, all of these caregivers, all of these offices, all this location, but you're killing yourself, and your kids are only going to be this little now. They're going to grow up before you know it, and they're going to be out of their house, and you're going to miss out on things that can only be, like the business will still be there. The opportunity will always be there, but your kids are only going to be this age once. My challenge, I threw this out to him, over the next 12 months, is for you to take a 2-week vacation. Just do one and see what happens. And so following up, August of 2018, when I saw him and we were out at our mastermind, and I do a mastermind, day 1 is personal development, day 2 is business development, day 3 is a fun day. So on the fun day, we're out dolphin watching in Clearwater, Florida with all the mastermind guys. We're laughing. My kids are running around the boat. He and I are having a drink. And he said to me, he goes, Steve, you know, last year you challenged me to go on a vacation. I got to tell you that I went on a 2-week vacation with my family in May, and it was the best thing I ever did. I got to unplug. I got to forget about the business. Nothing happened in the business that my staff couldn't handle without me. I think that's the big message here, owners. And we think that, oh no, something could happen, and we get this anxiety built up in us. But he said nothing happened that my staff couldn't handle. The business was the same as when I left it, and it came back and it was fine. But more importantly, I got to spend quality time with my wife. I got to spend quality time with my children. And after like the first 3 days, it was hard. But by the 4th day, I was relaxed and I was totally in the zone. And then when the vacation ended, I was sad to go back to the office. But it reminded me of why I'm doing what I do, because it's for them. And that's exactly why I personally, here I am. I do all these videos. I have these boot camps. I speak 25 times a year at conferences and conventions. I'm going to be gone from my family almost 100 days this year, 2019. But every August, I take the entire month off. I go down to a place that we rent in the Clearwater area, and I just sit on that beach. I don't call my office. I email. I do like one day where I do some hurricane stuff, and 6 days out of 7, for 30 days, I'm with my wife and my kids. We're in the pool. We rent boats. We go to the beach. We go to dinner. We go to lunch. We go for walks. We work out. We have a blast. And it recharges my battery. I get to think about the business, not from being in it, but just think about what I could do or how I could tweak things. And when I come back, I'm recharged, I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to run the marathon for the fall season. And then when December comes and all of the holiday parties and the festivities and stuff happen, again, I pull back from my business. I let my staff run things in December, and I become super dad. And I'm at school all the time with my kids, and I'm with my wife, and we go out for lunch, and we go to the gym, and we work out, and we go out to see movies and do all of this, and go to the tree in New York City and everything else. That's why I run my company. It's for them. It's so that I can retire one day. I don't let my business run me. And that's the message here to you. Your business is probably running you. This is a business. All businesses can run us, but this business specifically, home care, hospice, home health, it will run you and run you into the ground. I've seen it happen. I have literally had clients drop dead. I've had clients die because of the stress of this business. I've had clients end up in the hospital because of the stress. The one thing that you can't change is your body and yourself. If we don't take care of ourselves and we let the stress of this business affect us, your body will say enough and you'll end up in the hospital. I don't want that for anybody. Yeah, this is a tough business, but you need to remind yourself why you're doing this. Now, some of us, I'm a religious person. Some of us are doing this for a higher power, a higher purpose. I'm here to serve my fellow men and keep them out of the hospital. Well, if that's your reason, remind yourself of why you do this. So that when you have those difficult moments, and they happen every single day, as I said at the beginning, when you have those difficult moments, your reason for doing this is strong enough to fuel you through the down moments. And before long, before you know it, your business is successful, you're thriving, you're doing the things you wanted, you're fulfilling your mission, you're fulfilling your purpose for both your fellow man and for yourself and for your family, and living the American dream. That's what it's all about. That's why we do this, and we have to remind ourselves of this. So, like I said, if you find yourself in any of these situations, come to a boot camp, go to a conference, go to any event that's going to help you motivate yourself. Take that vacation that you haven't taken in 3 or 4 years. You need it. It's not just about wanting a vacation. We need that time away to recharge our battery, to go at it 100% when we come back. So there's a tip for the week, folks. I can't wait to see you at the next boot camp. I'll see you in Colorado, where I'm going to give you everything you need to blow away the competition.